Let's start with the Kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhare Jaya Girivaradhare Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhare Jaya Girivaradhare Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Brajana Ranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Brajana Ranjana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunj Bihari Jaya Kunj Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunj Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunj Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so okay, so for astrology session 2, how are you? Have you practiced astrology? Have you seen someone from astrology? How is all of you have some realization?
Oh,
I would
today's
like to hear.
astrology.
Hmm.
Today's astrology day.
Today is the astrology, yes.
Oh, okay.
So any of you have some sort of the realization or means any new information you got on the astrology?
I realize that you can know your chart, but you can overcome it.
What what I can overcome?
You can overcome the shortcomings in your chart if you're very aware.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really a lot of people worry. I wanted to know if there are just some shortcomings in your chart which you absolutely cannot overcome. You're just fated to get it. Whether it's good or bad. Um,
Mm-hmm.
is there such a thing, or no matter what is in your chart, can you overcome it?
Yeah, because every chart, like the see, every astrologer has some their own way of describing it. Mine is like the reading the chart plus giving the solution at the same time. So
Mm-hmm.
if you just know about yourself, but you cannot overcome your shortcomings,
Mm-hmm.
then for me there's no point of knowing about yourself. Because what's the point of knowing about yourself, knowing about future, but you cannot make the amendments, but you cannot the correct the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
So the I believe that the all true astrologer should know the solution plus problem. Problem means, of course, if you read the chart,
Mm-hmm.
you you came to know about so many shortcomings, so many problems.
Right.
But if you don't give the solution, just saying problem, okay, you have this problem, you have that problem, you have this problem, then this is not the proper astrology consultancy.
Right.
So to be a proper astrology consultancy, you should, but to give the solution is very tricky part. How you will give the solution? That's very very important, because
Okay.
when the astrologies are written, at that time the yugas are very perfect. It
Mm-hmm.
it has written in the Treta Yuga or the Dwapar Yuga. So at
Mm-hmm.
that time things are approximately very much perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have system in place where people don't lie. We have system in the place and things are working according to some system. There were no much chaos. Of course, this is a material world, so there's always some sort of chaos. But there were not so much chaos like what we have right now. Right now, there are
Right.
so many chaos are there, and there's hello, Hideki-san, welcome.
Hi, sorry for like.
Hi.
So nowadays there are so many chaos are there, right? So to give the solution, you have to be make the Kali Yuga factor, the to be taken into the consideration. So basically, you
Mm-hmm.
have to deal the chaos, basically. So
Right.
to give the solution, and that's the toughest part of the astrology,
Mm-hmm.
to give the solution. And but we have to become like the do the like the what they call like the to be expertise on this area, that how we can deal the chaos and how we can find our solution out of that chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the, because everything is random, you know.
Right.
Of course it's not random, there is some pattern, of course there is a pattern. That's why you can give some solution, because if everything is random, there is no
Thank you.
pattern, you're going to give the solution. But in order to give some solution, you need to make the pattern in with lots of event that's so called that that appears to be in the random.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the in the astrology high level courses we will focus more on this, that how we can maintain the chaos, means how we can read the chaos. I means how we can read the astrology from the Kali Yuga perspective, because we are living in the Kali Yuga,
Mm-hmm.
and as time will pass by, things will become more complex. Now the iPhone coming, of course laptop and computer, first the supercomputer came, but it was not so much affected. Then laptop came, then computer came, then laptop came, now the iPhone come, now the iWatch also coming.
Mm-hmm.
So how things will, it will impact. Now before we have only just media like newspaper, now the we have like then we have the television media, now we have social media. And social media is also, now things are really getting more and more like the complex. So in order to get the solution out of that, people are affected with the many kind of the different sort of problems. So we have to be really, what I call that, fine tune the things basically,
Mm-hmm.
rather than read things very grossly. Okay, like we have the nakshatra sutras. Nakshatra sutras are, we have 27 nakshatras and we have the sutras. Okay, this nakshatra is like this. But we have to really go into the deep, and we need to trace the nakshatra, not the, okay, this nakshatra means you will become very successful. If
Mm-hmm.
you have, let's say you have Uttara Asadha nakshatra. So Uttara Asadha nakshatra means you become very successful.
Mm-hmm.
That people say is the successful. But what it means if you become successful, this is, and this success is very, the relative terms, that to be successful, how people, how you can use your resources. And but maybe this is so said when this is written, when we have, let's suppose, Dwapar Yuga we have, or the Treta Yuga we have, when things are not, when things are moving systematically, things are not moving in a, you know like very chaotic manner. Now we have very much chaos. Now you don't know what will happen. is very
Mm-hmm.
difficult. Nowadays, as we are approaching towards end of some yuga, things are happening
Mm-hmm.
really rapidly. So you have to be really have a close watch with the series of events happening. Then you can predict the the future more 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 perfectly, because you should have the vision. The vision very much important. Out of all our five senses, of course, the tongue is very much strong, all five senses. But apart from tongue, the most important senses is your eye. This is called Jyotis. Jyoti. Jyoti means connected with the eye or the light. That's why eyes become very much important, that you should have proper vision, that what will going to happen in the future and how things are moving toward to some direction. And to get that feeling, you should have the really what I call very proper understanding, very expertise understanding, that like you go to some doctor and they have some problem here and they can immediately know, okay, you have problem on this part of your body. How they will come to know, because they are very much expert that how the body moves, how the body functions. Same way we have to become very much expert in the how the karma moves, how the worlds are moving, and how the mundane astrology actually affecting, and what's the known pattern, means if this will the happen, then what's the next sequence that most likely to be happen, right? Like let's say I am going to the Kichijoji station, so most likely that I will catch I will take some like the GR line. That most likely the case. Then there may be a question, okay, maybe I will go to a Tachikawa or the to a Shinjuku. That's maybe another question. But most likely that if I am going towards Kichijoji, like the platform or the station, so mostly I will catch the train. So the same way, if you understand some event, then we should immediately understand that what can be the next probable event. Maybe not 100%, but maybe likely. Okay, if let's suppose this will happen, then maybe out of this, the two more events may happen. Okay, out of which two will happen, so then you need to do the further analysis. Okay, this will happen, so this will get ruled out. So this will happen. So this sort of skill set is also required in the astrology to give the proper solution and to have the very proper understanding about the how things are going around. So in our higher courses, I will try you all to be bit focused on this area, because I know this is a difficult part. This will not happen overnight, and one or two lectures will not much help. But if you put your focus toward this area, then you will understand that how karmas is flowing, and things will be much more clear to you. Okay. So any sort of reflection. I want more interactive session. If the you have to, if the, you are doing some astrology, or if you have some the different experience, or if you want to say something else, you can share. That's not a problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So Zuki-san, Hideki-san, you also have some comment. Have like the experience that sometimes you are telling very ideological things in the astrology, but people say no, no, this is not the case. I have something different. Okay. So let's see how shall I start it with? Of course, I can start with some live example. I can read out someone's astrology and live example, but that will again will make some sort of the pattern. So we should have very very uh, very open mind to start something.
Hmm.
Okay, let me do one thing just to start with. Will all agree to uh, do someone's no astrology, someone's no random?
Someone at random.
Yeah, we can choose some random astrology, and then we can see.
So I,
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
give me 1 or 2 minutes.
Jody, I have a question.
Yeah.
My daughter has all her planets on one side of the chart. That makes her very lopsided, you know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
how would that affect someone having like most of your planets on the Capricorn side? It's Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius. It's everything's all squished in there. So if without really reading the chart, just taking a glance at it, what would you say about a person who has it's not really a stellium, but it's a bunch of planets ranging from what is that, Scorpio, all the way to Pisces in that area, and they're all in that area and nothing on the other side.
Yeah. So in that event, this is called mostly you can see that if all we will like we have the two nodals called
Mm-hmm.
Rahu and Ketu.
Right.
Okay. So if all the planets on the other side
Mm-hmm.
are on the line, and there is nothing on the other side of
Yeah.
the area, so this is
Uh-huh.
called Kal Sarp Dos. Nah. So the
Is
Kal
that,
Sarp Dos, yeah.
uh-huh.
You have to see that was the like the planet condition,
Right.
and is the same thing. If all planets are on the one side
How do you
of the
spell
Rahu
it?
Ketu.
Dal what? DAL?
Hmm?
I'm going to look it up later after we hang up. How do you spell that? Dal
Uh,
Sapa.
it's called Kal Sarp.
Dal.
Yeah, Kal Sarp. Let me say I will mess or not.
How do you spell it?
Okay, let me write it there. Kal Sarp.
Oh, Salpa. Okay.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
so let me focus. Luckily, I found one of my friend. I know him very well. So let's see. Is okay. So can you see our screen, like the my screen?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So Yuki-san, Hideki-san, you can also see the screen. Yeah. Okay. So let's read this chart. So in to read the chart, like the first, we have to see the chart from the various aspect. So the first aspect is to go with the basic information. Basic information means go with his nakshatra, his zodiac, his yoni, his his main element. So we first see the his basic part of this chart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see here in the basic part what this guy is there. So he is Jyeshtha. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so Jyeshtha means what's the impression of the Jyeshtha person has? Oh,
Just
anyone can say?
who's a just? Not sure.
So Ziggy-san, Hideki-san, you know the Jyeshtha mean? Hello, are you able to hear, Suzuki-san?
So just he's passionate
Yeah, he's passionate, correct, and
and very quick mind
yes, very quick mind, passionate,
and as a good leader
correct. So the first correct. So the first you have to create the image of the Jyeshtha personality. That's very much like what you said is correct. That Jyeshtha persons are first like the quick result seekers. Okay,
Mhm.
they always try to be in hurry. That's why one so they can like they try to get the result very quickly. Okay, so this is very much important. That so means he's always in the hurry. Means he has no time to go very deep philosophy and try to understand and try to analyze it. If the if I am saying to the extra like the Jyeshtha person, he will ask me, okay, what do I have to do now? So basically, he will not read the the uh, uh, you can mute Hideki-san. I think it's like one of you can mute.
right no
Yes, yes. One of Hideki. Yeah, you can mute your like mic. Mic. One of them. Yes. Okay. So okay. So what happened that like the if the he's a quick seekers first. So if something is going through the shortcut, something is can happen very quickly. So the Jesta person will go for that. He will not go for the very long term solution, this and that. No, very quick result and very fast results. So once you read the word Jesta, all this impression comes to you in your mind. Okay, so for this you are getting one set of the like image.
Mhm.
Okay, let's go to the next set of the image, that how the Jesta person look like, and then of course Jesta we all know the Rakshasa, but but we say like Rakshasa means the demon, but it doesn't mean that he is demon. Demon only means that he because he is a quick seekers person and be passionate, so sometimes he can suppress others, right? So if let's suppose you are very quick seekers and and then so if there is chance that you can suppress others. Okay, so in that way he is a Rakshasa. Okay, so and the most and Yoni is the Mriga, deer. So people can say that okay, he is Rakshasa, but his Yoni is deer. So if deer is not like Rakshasa. Deer is like very peaceful thing. So we should not carry out with the Rakshasa image means okay, he will be very violent, very this. No, like the Rakshasa in that sense that is on always in the hurry, and due to hurry he can suppress the other things. That's the only Rakshasa means. Okay, then the Yoni is Mirga, the deer. So deer only implies that he is very fast moving and very and very quick. This only means the deer, like the speed. Okay, Nadi is Adya. Adya again say he say that he is bit thinking. He is very fast thinking also he think very fast, he don't think very the slow. He's thinking a pie but very fast thinking, and he's a quick movers. Okay.
Hmm.
Varna is a Brahmin. That is very much important. So once we say like okay, someone is a Brahmin Varna, what it means technically, it doesn't mean that he become monk or that he can do the Ippai puja. No, Brahmin that literally means that there are many ways to get it right. There are many ways to get the things, like the I will say that, like let's say someone is Sudra, so if he try to struggle it, whatever he is getting, he try to struggle it and then get it. So that way he feel satisfaction and then reflection. Okay, I have struggled for it and then I finally get it. So with that achievement, he will feel more satisfaction. Chat, Kshatriya, on the other hand, will try to dominate, rule it, and then get it. So Kshatriya is taking some karma of this. Why? Because Kshatriya can take things away from someone, right? He's a bit forceful. So it means that Kshatriya can really do the big karmas. And same is also like the imply with the Brahmanas. So Brahmana implies means of course he is a monk, but monk in that sense he will always get the things through the higher status. He will not too much struggle and get the things. He will try to be at some level, he will maintain his level, and at that level he will try to get the things. And what's happening on the more below level, he is not much worried at all. So this is what here the Brahmana Varna means here. Uh, are you getting my this point?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, we should not take the word as a like the literally means okay. Brahmana means okay. He will do the puja. No, no. If it doesn't imply that. Okay. Then next go to the his next character. His is Vashya is Kitak. Kitak means what is Vashya means? Vashya literally means that how how you can be what I called house means w- in which direction he is attracted towards something. More than attraction means what like the what he likes or how you can control him in one sense or how you can make the good impression in front of him. How how like the which quality is most attracted. He get more impressed. So the kitak means the freedom. Kitak is what the bird. What's the difference of the birds and then and then other thing? Because birds has what? It's a freedom. Birds can fly anywhere, here and there. Sometimes jumping here, sometimes jumping there, and birds can really fly from the one place to another place very quickly. And birds has this freedom feeling. So this kind of person wants freedom. This kind of person is not in some like the bounded or someone just try to be at one place like the confined. No, they were always looking for the freedom. So if you give them a space and freedom, so this kind of person will be much more happy. And the final thing that comes with the tattva, the jal. So jal implies means that he can be easily affected by the surroundings. So whatever is the surrounding is very funny. He can also try to be funny. He try to be always try to mix up with the people here and there around. Why he try to be mixed up? Because he's affected by the very heavily by the surroundings. So if we have the he is a serious person around, he can be also be serious. If he is the lusty person around, he can also be a bit lusty, and so on. So basically, in that way, we should read the chart, the basic element. Okay.
Okay.
Questions? Any questions has someone?
So
Any que-
what was the Varsha again?
Vasya means technically means how you can be enchanted. Like the enchanted means like the by which trick he can be under your
Mhm.
control. Or
Okay.
in the simpler like the simpler words that what are the qualities that he is attracted towards.
Uh-huh.
Like
Okay.
some person like the has a like let's say okay, Vasya has a chatuspad.
Mhm.
That means four legged animal. So it
Okay.
means that he always wants something stability or something always giving. So
Uh-huh.
the Chatuspad person, if you give them some platform or some stability factor, so he will always move towards that direction.
Uh-huh.
Okay. This kind of person, if you give them the space and freedom, so this kind of person always move toward that direction. Okay.
Okay.
Someone has like the Vasha as let's suppose like the one like the one chara. Vancha means the forest living animal. So for that kind of person, if you give them like the more like the challenger and the adventurous life,
Mhm.
so with them that kind of person will be more toward that like the then that kind of person will be attracted toward that.
Mhm.
So the every person has some attraction or what I call some sort of the insider. Okay, if I will get this, I am more attracted towards something.
Mhm.
So with this kind of person is more attracted towards the freedom. So if
Mhm.
we so if we don't try to be like the try to be confined into some places. They
Mhm.
want more like the freer like ideas. Like
Mhm.
let's say they join ISKCON, but they will feel bit suffocation because here first thing that okay, you don't need to do like this dame, this dame, this dame. So they will feel that okay, so much dame I cannot do here. I cannot like I'm not comfortable here. So the first thing they want the like the freedom, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So then he can think something else. So the every person has some sort of the like the mindset. So with this we call like the Vashya.
But if you're a Cancer, you can't move forward. You're moving sideways because you're a crab, and crabs can't move forwards. They walk sideways. You know what I mean? So how would you interpret that in the real world? Like a Taurus could move forward and backwards, right? Because he's four-legged,
Hmm.
right? And but a Cancer doesn't move forward. It moves sideways, and that's the only way it can move. If you watch a crab move,
But he has not cancer, right? Is he
I'm not
cancer?
Cancer, but I'm just saying if you're a Cancer, the only way you could move is, and if you're Pisces, you can't move backwards because fish can't swim backwards.
No, no, don't interpret with the like the zodiac symbol and his physical condition.
So
And don't
okay,
kid
so you don't look at pictures itself as symbols. Okay,
no, no, no.
okay, I understand. I
Of
thought
course, picture also has some meaning, but please don't interpret only with the pictures meaning. Like the many person interpret, but that's not the case.
okay.
Always.
Is it okay to interpret it the symbols 25% of the time?
Yeah, up to some percentage, it's
Okay.
true,
Uh-huh.
but the zodiac like the interpreting only based on the zodiac symbols is maybe misleading. Okay, the more better interpretation you can have with the nakshatra symbols,
Uh-huh.
but the still I don't like the 100% refer with the nakshatra symbol. Like for the kirtika is like the knife.
Uh-huh.
So so what kirtika person? Of course, knife is the symbolize that kirtika persons are very sharp
Uh-huh.
or very the point to point focus. That only, but knife doesn't mean that he's very like the dangerous person.
Uh-huh.
No.
Okay.
So the please don't go with the but up to some case sometimes also true, but most of cases please don't symbolize just with the photo.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's go with the chart. Okay, let's move with the chart. Okay, let me again share my screen. Okay, so now all of you can see the chart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here first you have to see three to four information very quickly. Okay, because in the story, to make the image is very much important. And why is important? That you can give the explanation. It will not make you very much confused if you make the image. But in order to make the image, you should have some basic skeleton. So once you read your basic information, you already get some basic skeleton. But now for the chart, you should guess the important points very quickly. First, first important point, what the you can catch, like the top three important points. Okay, I will ask everyone. Just want to understand that how which important point you guys talk about. Oh, this okay. This chart is not visible to anyone. One of you. Okay, let me make make it share again. Okay, so okay. First, solution. What's the top three points you just catch very much immediately within 5 seconds or after within 10 seconds?
I really can't see the words because I'm using my iPhone.
Yeah, it's like bit difficult, but at least now you can see it because I make it more larger. Okay,
Is this in English or is it in Hindi? Because it doesn't look like
English,
English. It's
English.
English. Let's see.
But you can see the planets and then their houses, right? Like the forget like the zodiacs, but you can see the planets, right?
I have to get a magnifying glass. I'm gonna go get one.
Okay. Okay, then I will turn it to the Suzuki-san. Suzuki-san, can you see it clearly?
Yes, I can see clearly.
So what the top three points you can see it within 10 seconds?
10 seconds. Tenth, Surya is in the 10th house.
Okay.
Yeah. Rahu in the seventh house.
Okay. Okay. First,
The 6th house.
Oh, six. Was it six? Oh, looks like seventh.
7th house is moon.
so Rahu is on the sixth house. How is Rahu in the seventh house? Is the number seven is the zodiac number? Please don't get confused with that.
Okay.
Houses always starts from the center. So you can see number seven is the zodiac index. Okay, let's start with the solution because solution you can see it now, right?
Uh-huh, but I don't know Simha and all that because it's I usually see it like on Capricorn and stuff like that. Kanya is Virgo, right? Simha is I don't know.
Okay.
Leo.
No need to consider that. Okay, okay,
So
okay. So
Shani in the fourth house, right? That's Saturn in the fourth house. He probably doesn't have he has kind of hard relationship with his mom. It's kind of like a
no,
it's
no,
not
but Saturn is on the third house, right? It's not in the
is
fourth house.
that third? Oh, okay.
See how the we start the chart like that. This one we make it. This is as the first house. Okay. Then
Uh-huh.
this is second. This is third.
I've
This is
never seen this chart before. One.
what? What? No, this is how we read the chart. Sorry, son.
Okay.
So for this one we make the first house, like the this one is the first house. This we call like the center house.
Mm-hmm.
This is the second house always. This is the third house. This is the fourth house. This is the fifth, sixth, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't get confused with this number 2 and 3 because 2 and 3 is nothing but the index number.
Okay.
So basically, number one always like the impolite like mace. That
Mm-hmm.
means number two like impolite with the Vrishab. Try to get the Sanskrit name because we are reading the Vedic astrology. So try to be a bit more familiar with the Sanskrit name.
Okay.
It will be much more easy. Otherwise, always try to convert with the Sanskrit name with the zodiac name. It's
Okay.
try to be handy and be comfortable with the Sanskrit name.
All right.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So here the Saturn is in the third house, not in the fourth house. Rahu
Mm-hmm.
is in the sixth house. Moon, like the Chandra, is in the seventh house. Okay. So Sayusan, can you say something in the very quickly? If you cannot say, then I will explain it later.
Moon in the seventh house, he probably really treasures relationships with his maybe
Okay.
wife.
Okay.
Um,
That's the number one point. Number two point.
Number 2 point is when he dives into his hobbies or whatever his interests are, he doesn't really jump in. He gives it much thought, and
But
he's pretty
but
careful
but the
not
how
to get
you
the third house.
but how you derive it because of the third house.
Yes, the third house.
Okay, so if you give like the importance to the first, the number seven house, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's the good one, and then you give the importance to the number three, that's the Saturn house, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and what's the third point?
The third house. Um,
No, the third point because I told the quickly 3 points you need to catch. Number one, you
okay.
say the moon position. Number two, you say the
He's got
position.
K2 in the 12th house, which is very good for spiritual life. He's probably a little bit psychic, and he's probably into a lot of religion, or if he's not into religion, he loves astrology. He likes psychic readings, that kind of stuff. Is that true? He's
Yeah,
K2 and
his expenses will be to. Okay, in one sense, true. Okay, I will explain it later. Okay, so if that you put like the Ketu in the tool house means his expenses will be towards the
rel-
spirituality. Like the he
the
will,
spiritual things.
yeah, he will buy yantra, he will buy something
Right.
mystical things. Okay, got it. So the 3 points. Okay, so you can just note down your 3 points,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will come to the Suzuki-san, and then can like the what you can see the 3 points quickly, very quickly.
Suzuki-san, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Ah,
No, no need to think, just very quickly. Because this is to not to read the chart, just to have a quick, sort of a quick impression that you get.
in the ninth house, Mango,
Okay.
and the opposite side is Sunny. So his spiritual way is a bit tight.
Okay. That's the number one impression. Okay. Number two.
Number two, as I said, Surya is in the 10th house.
Okay, that's the number two. Number two.
And also the Chandra is in the 7th house.
Okay, that's the number two. Okay. So, so you get the three impressions. uh, in the second house that makes nice. Okay.
Jyoti-san,
We can't
Yes.
hear you.
mm,
You're
Now,
muffled.
it's okay now.
okay.
Okay.
So the first is like the Mars is in the ninth house. So
First is the Surya in the 10th house.
okay, Surya in the tenth house, second is the Mars in the ninth house, and third is the Moon in the seventh house.
Yes.
Okay, Hideki-san, onegaishimasu.
Just a moment.
マイクがミュートになってるよ。
So when I see May 3.3 point is first, he has a Rahu in sixth house, so he is very protected from
Okay,
an enemy.
that's a good catch.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Then he has Shukra in 11th house, so his wish or maybe easy to gain
That's
from
also good catch. Yes.
their life point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And that, however, the luck is somehow protect against it by Mangal and also opposite from Sunny.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's the number.
What did
Mm.
you say about Sukra? You said it's in the 11th house, and it's he's what about the 11th house? What did you
Okay,
say?
okay, because his wish is very much strong. Okay, so if it does the three catch, okay, okay, that's good one. Okay, so okay, so first, like the what I will say, there's three good points, like the really very visible.
Hmm.
First is the Rao Ketu. That's the what the Hideki-san says is very 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 strong points. That he is a protected guy.
Hmm.
Second, I will again say the Sukra in the Mina because uh, same like the Hideki-san says because his wish will be very quickly fulfilled. So we have two very good points. And third, I will say the number seven. That's the good because he will take the take
Can't
the
hear you.
life.
Jyoti, so we cannot hear you.
You're muffled.
Okay, now it's okay because maybe it's
Yes.
okay. Okay, now it's clear.
Yes.
Okay, great. So the first 3 points that I will say, like the my 2 points will join with the Hideki-san. The good catch, the number one is the Rahu Ketu. That's really a
Hmm.
very good position because anywhere Rahu Ketu will be there, it's always disturbs the house, except this house.
Oh.
So this is the only place in Rahu Ketu where Rahu Ketu is in bit peaceful mood.
Hmm.
So this is a really good catch. So,
Oh.
so once though you read the chart, and then you see the Rahu Ketu, and then you will understand. Okay, this is the first point you will catch very much immediately.
Hmm.
I will give the idea that whenever you're reading chart, always see first where you have Rahu Ketu.
Okay.
This is the first. If the Rahu Ketu has a good place that he has, so now this is a good catch.
Hmm.
Okay. Number two, always see his like the Venus is in the 11th house. So house of the 11th is the wish house or your like the gain house.
Hmm.
So it is really Venus. Of course, Venus is in the like the places like in the Mina,
Hmm.
but still Venus very much strong.
Hmm.
So his wish will be quickly fulfilled.
Hmm.
Okay. And third is of course I will give the weightage to the moon because moon is in the seventh house is very important house. So he will get the good support from his wife. So
Hmm.
these three very strong points. Of course, whatever you said, whatever what's, so Zuki-san said that okay, he has a Mars into this in the luck luck thing that will make him little will struggle. That's also true.
Hmm.
His Surya is uh, in the karma house. That's also true, but that will become much more good if the Surya is not in his some strong house because Surya is in the Saturn house. That
Hmm.
makes Surya keep position little bit weak. But if let's suppose Surya is in some different houses, then maybe the this catch is also good catch. That Surya is in the karma house.
Hmm.
Okay, And whatever you said, Ketu, that is Ketu is in the expense house. Of course, good point. But and Ketu will by the Ketu some expense in the society. That's also good case. But first, we have to make very 3 to 4 good points where we'll make about the chart. Okay.
Jyoti-san, will Guru also work good for expense house?
Yeah, correct. Not only
Mm. So
Ketu.
that means he's Shukra in 11th house and get money, and also Guru and K to protect expense. So he's a rich man, or he'll be a rich man.
Yeah, he's a really rich man. In fact, I don't think. But living now in the New York. He is a big lawyer over there. You know.
Mm.
Oh.
But of course, it's not about the rich. Like the Venus in the like the Meena means that his wish will be quickly. If the his wish is to getting the rich, he can get that. His wish was to get the green card, he get the green card. You know. He's a Japanese. But if his wish to get so some good wife, he get the good. So his wish very much strong.
I know that how that feels because I have Venus in the 11th house and I get my wishes.
Yes, yes, correct.
I was
So
looking for an astrologer to help me in Japan and I found you.
yeah, so basically the wish factor very much strong. Mm,
That's
ki-
true.
ki- that it implies. So Miss, so of course now that we did the postmortem of his chart. So the he is strongly protected and he is wish very quickly full like the fulfilled. He will
Hmm.
have a good partner support and he will little bit struggle out of his luck, but still he can get the opportunities in many areas.
Hmm.
From the Mars is also there, Mercury also there, Saturn also there. Saturn is also aspecting that house, so he will get opportunity from many areas. Plus
Yeah.
also your point Sayusan, that's Saturn is in the fourth house plus also aspected by the Mars and this, so he will also getting support
Hmm.
from his friends. So
Hmm.
basically from his friends also he will get support, and as an also he will also like help his support also. Basically he will also help his friends.
Hmm.
So that's also like good point. And the karma factor, the Surya is in the fourth house means he has some big responsibility, but to do the big responsibility is not so much easy because Sun is in the Saturn house. So basically,
Hmm.
he really need to understand the system very well in order to do the good karma.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's the chart. You need to read it. So this is very much important to read the chart and make the impression very much quickly. And of
Jyoti-san,
course,
one question.
yep.
The interpretation for Chandra in seventh house, that means he will get good things from his
Wife.
partner.
Yes, yes, correct.
Mm.
But I know somebody with Moon in the 7th and his wife is also in the 7th house.
Hello.
That's I don't think that's true all the time because I know someone with Moon in the 7th and
Mhm.
he has a hard time with his wife.
Yeah, it will depend. Like the
It depends on what's in the house with it
yeah,
and
but like,
aspects and
yeah, what the planet his project is his wife, his nashatra is his wife, and what sort of time he's going to. Of course, it depends. And then this guy also divorced and got another marriage.
hmm.
So it's not like he always have like the good time. But his wife was really helping. His first wife was also really helping him a lot. I know.
Hmm.
And then they have bit the misunderstanding, and then he got divorced. And his second wife also good helping to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is his second wife in the chart?
No, it's just wife. Doesn't matter. His second wife like that because the person will be again will be occupied by the seventh house.
But if you were to look for a second wife, where would you find it?
It will depend also because the moon is the like the seventh house, so moon always looking for the variation.
Okay.
So maybe the multiple like the marriage chances are there.
Okay.
If because moon is not like the static. So if you have moon or if you have the Venus,
Hmm.
then the multiple marriage chances are there because it has the variation.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so I will just try to make this impression very quick, very strongly. Next class, I will again cover any questions. Because usually I ask all of you to read the chat, but this time I have read it because I just want to try to see things from the some different perspective.
Can you say one thing about his health? Looking at his chart, like bad knees or bad back or asthma
His
or.
health is like the normal if the because there is no planet. But if he try to be mess up with someone else karma, of course his health will also become affected.
Hmm.
So the according to his health, nothing is concerned. I will tell him to better not to mingle up with someone's no karma. Try to live your peaceful life.
Hmm.
That's much more better.
Okay.
But if he try to take someone's no karma, try to mingle with other karma, so he, of course his health will be affected.
Hmm.
Okay, any questions? I will
So
stand
in summary, when you see that chart,
here.
you think that depends on the client question, but basically when you judge the chart, he's a very good uh, nani, effect from the graph.
Uh-huh.
But do you give some what kind of advice do you give to him?
Like I say, because for him, I know his material chart is already very much strong. Means basic thing is fulfilled. He has a good connection, that good wish, right? And so, of course, I will see his relatable weak point. That's the health. So
Hmm.
his chart again. So I will take.
But
I will try to
eighth
give him.
house doesn't show any planet, doesn't he?
Yeah, in health there is no planets of it, but is expected by the good house is the Dhanu. There's
Hmm.
a Jupiter house that will make him with healing, and of course expected by the Mithun. So that's he has a good house, but there's no planet. So still he will have the data good health, but he should not be mingled with so many bad karmas.
Hmm.
What makes you say that?
Yeah, because there's no planet into this
Oh,
house
okay. Because there's no
means
planet. Okay.
means there's no like that you have some house or some room. It's very clean, but
Okay.
also there is no okay, also there is no if it, also there is no one who can clean the house. So as
Uh-huh.
long as you keep your room clean, it's always clean, right? There's no much dirty. But
Okay.
if you make your room bit gomy, but there is no housekeeper who can clean the house, so it will always be like gomy, like
Okay.
this. So if in that case, so if there is no like the planning to this house, so better to be maintained the same because then. But if you destroy your health, it will can have the permanent destroy because there less chance of getting healed.
Hmm.
So better not to touch that is health no risk.
Okay.
Of course, now you can see. Yeah, so I will try to give him bit astrological advice because see he's like the he's bit material realistic because his knowledge is aspected by the Sukra.
Hmm.
Okay? And into his spiritual chart there is no much spiritual knowledge. He has Rahu, Ketu, and Venus. So his spiritual point is bit weaker.
Hmm.
So I will give him more about the spiritual advice to do to do some chanting, do some yoga, do some meditation. I
Hmm.
will try to give him good spiritual advice. Why also because his fourth house has the Surya, so he will also get Ippai satisfaction. So his spiritual advice and also his ayu, the health, is also affected by the moon. Means if by chance if this guy will get sick or something, big health problem, the only way to cure him is through the spirituality. Okay, so for a person like him, I try to give him more about the spiritual advice rather than material. So based on that, where this guy person be, because for us the spirit like the material and then spiritual both are important. So someone is strong in the material, but there is a high chance most of the time he's too weak in the material. So sorry, in the spiritual. So then you need to give the spiritual advice. Someone bit strong in the spiritual but weak in the material, then you have to give some material advice so that the proper balance will be there. Okay.
I see. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? So, so basically, try to imbibe this pattern. Try to make your pattern once you read the stuff. Because my purpose is to that maybe in next Namaste India, I will tell some of you to go for astrology. This is my target. So you can be confident enough to deal with the astrological, the clients.
Mhm.
So try to learn the very practical aspects, not just knowledge. How you can use that knowledge
Mhm.
in the limited time, because person will come and then they will ask you question after 1 minute. So you have only 1 or 2 minute time where you need to catch the important information.
Mhm.
So for which information you have to focus first, which information you have to focus later. So that's sort of the like the prioritization you have to like the make someone who is the really very important and the strong, you have to take it first, and then you have to make the skeleton, you have to make the like base, and some later in information who is not so much strong but also that are important. So with those you have to take it later.
Mhm.
So with that way you can you can practice the like the astrological thing, and of course not just problem, also the solution. In order to give the solution, you have to uh, have the proper understanding about what's going around, you can customize the astrological reading according to the Kali Yuga. So with those factors you need to consider. Okay.
Mhm.
So if no questions, I would like to end it here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So see you next
Thank you
time.
very much.
Uh,
See you.
I think next one is the Bhagavad Gita class, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.